Hello, y'all. It's Cindy in Oklahoma. It's gray and rainy here today, but we need the rain so bad that I'm very glad for it. I have a pot of Peruvian canary bean stew going for dinner. It's a perfect day for it. Anyway, I see hairs sticking up, but I don't know what to do with them. I just pulled this new Paula Young Daphne out of the box, put it on, got my iPad, and came to make a video about it. It has the dark roots. It's called SF Buttered Toast is what it's called. And it's Daphne. I had some discounts and what have you, and she ended up costing me $23. So I think she's a keeper. The bangs and everything's just perfect. Anyway, I wanted to tell you about my visit to the eye specialist yesterday. Looks like my eyes are kind of having a bad day today, so y'all can see what they're like when we're having a bad day. They're kind of really bulgy today. Anyway, he thought I was a very good candidate for the surgery. He did think that the right eye bulged, he measured. He stuck some sort of tool up there and measured and said it was bulging more than the left eye. So, if the insurance approves, we will start the procession of surgeries on the 31st of October, which means one eye will be done. About 6 weeks later, the other eye will be done. Then they will check the muscles, and if the eyes line up, if they don't, I'll have to have surgery to have the muscles in my eyes repaired. And if and when that does or doesn't happen, the very next step is to they'll redo the eyelids. Supposedly the eyelids will be really, really like shutters that just are way down there. And so they will go in and take some of it out up here. He said that my lower lids had retracted. And I said, this can't be I'm not here for cosmetic reasons. I'm here because my eyes hurt all the time and I've lived with it all these years. And now I'm finding out it's a lot easier to get things fixed. And he said, no. He said they would do the eyelid surgery simply so that the eyes open and close properly and align properly. So that's in the future, and I'm looking forward to it. It's like he said, it's a relationship. It's because it's a process, one right after the other. But with all luck, I'll have both of the eye surgeries done before Christmas. They're going to go in and remove the bone that's right here between the cheekbone and up here where the eyebrow bone starts. Then they're going to go into by the sinus cavity and take out part of the bone there, and by doing that, then the eyes can, and the crud and everything that's built up behind them can sink back into where they should be. I have to have a CAT scan. They're arranging that probably sometime next week. I'll go in, so that lets them know where to start and what all. They've already called prescriptions in for pain reliever and an antibiotic ointment for me to have ready for the surgery. I have to be off all anti-inflammatories, or I don't take anti-inflammatories, but I do take ibuprofen, which works the same way. It's an anti-inflammatory every day since my knee surgery. However, I'll have to be clean of those for 10 days before they'll do the surgery because of bleeding. So they might call me if somebody cancels and say, hey, 2 weeks from now or whatever, we can get started. And I'm all for it because the sooner that it gets, the quicker it's all going to be over. And before winter starts, we heat with wood, and so it's dry in the house. And when you open the fireplace insert to put wood in, there's more smoke in the room, and that all bothers me. But anyway, so the good news is if the insurance does not cause problems, we will proceed forward. The doctor said he could see no problem whatsoever, that it was all medical. Now, this wig's real cute. I love her back. I'm going to turn around so you can see her. She's just looks real natural to me. I did swing by another 2 wig stores that I found in Oklahoma City on the way after the doctor. And literally, one of them, I was on the phone with my daughter. She had called from Hawaii. And I walked in, and I had never been in a big wig store. There was hundreds of wigs. It was a 2-story building, and although the second story wasn't, it was more like a mezzanine or something. The long wigs were up on banisters with their hair falling over the banisters. They were going up the stairs of that went up. Hundreds of different wigs. The prices were not bad at all. When you go in, they had Tony and Beverly Hills, and they were about $79. And they had Free Tris, Bobby Boss, Model, lots of lace front wigs, brands, too numerous for me to mention. Sensational was another brand. And then I went, and they had this kind of olive, kind of gray salt and pepper wigs, and I am salt and pepper if I left everything alone, so I'm going to go look at those. Oh, I found one. I thought that is just the prettiest. I love that style. Turned it around, and it was the More V wig. So I guess I have a hang-up on More V wigs. It sure was pretty. It was gray. I walked out. I didn't buy anything, partially because my daughter had me on the phone, and it's hard to talk on the phone and try on wigs. And I have plenty now. But that was a fun day. And then I'm going to try to show you something on camera. I don't know if it's going to show up or not. I heard a ruckus out in the pasture today. And I knew my husband was out there. And I couldn't figure out what was going on. And so I finally got my glasses and went out there. And lo and behold, here he is with 2 sheep. Here's the 2 sheep. I don't know if you can see them in my phone. That's what the dog was carrying on about. He was all happy because there were sheep out there. The other dog, that is the Australian Shepherd, was in trouble for hurting sheep at that point. And so we went to Walmart to get another harness to use on the Australian Shepherd, so when she doesn't chase birds, or she does try to herd the cattle a little bit, I'm sorry. We went to Walmart. Here my husband comes with this big old hot pink harness, and I said, "You can't get that for him. Frankie's a boy." "Oh, he'll never know the difference." I said, "You're going to mentally damage that poor dog." Well, I went back over there and I found a black one. So I saved the day. He doesn't have to wear a hot pink harness. Anyway, that is what is going on in what we refer to as Hannonville, out here in the country. Y'all have a good weekend. The more I buy Paula Young, the more I love Paula Young. This wig I just pulled it on. I kind of halfway pinned my hair up and pulled it on. I just took it out of the box. I did my More V. I know what she's going to look like when she's hopping wet from being worn in the rain now, because grandson and I had gone to Walmart, was coming home, and as we're coming home, I see this Mastiff running down the country road we live on, and I said, "Is that Cletus?" And no, surely not. So I went back around to my son's house, who was, a quarter of a mile from where I was at. Look, Cletus wasn't in his yard. Went in the house, Cletus wasn't in the house. And I called my son and I said, "Cletus is out running up down the road. I'm going to go try to find him." And I looked for an hour, couldn't find him. My son headed home. It takes about 30-40 minutes for him to get home from his office. He got home, drove around in the truck for another hour, didn't find him, went home, put on waterproof boots, and took out to just walking and hollering for him. Well, lo and behold, here he come out of the bushes along the road, and everybody was tickled. He's a wonderful, wonderful, sweet, happy animal. Everybody loves him. But More V was sopping wet because I had been out in this thunderstorm, hollering for this dog. And my grandson had always asked, Ma, do you wear those wigs to keep the rain off your head? Well, guess what? They work. Anyway, y'all have a very good Saturday, and I'll catch you later. Bye-bye from Oklahoma.